I am so excited and headed to Dollar Tree because they are decked out all for Christmas. So put on your Christmas carols and let's get started. We're going to start with a wood slice. Now, I have not seen Dollar Tree's wood slice in a long time. This one is from Amazon and I got it for a very good price. So check it out. It is linked in the description box. All right, so we're going to paint the middle section white, set it to the side to dry, and then we're going to cut up some of this drop cloth. I'm going to cut it to size and I am going to hot glue it to the front because we're creating a little snowman ornament. I'm going to hot glue it in the front, flip it over, and then hot glue it in the back. And then we're just going to scrunch it at the top and just tie in a very little simple bow with a little jute string. Then I'm going to grab another second piece of the drop cloth and I'm going to fold it into 3 ways. And then I'm going to hot glue it to itself and then hot glue it to the base of the hat. This is what's going to give it like that little hat look. I think you know what I'm talking about. All right, then once it's attached to the front, we're just going to fold it towards the back and hot glue it in the back. Of course, you can use any fabric you have. Even sweater fabric would be fantastic because it'll look like a real hat. All right, now I'm going to make a little face. So I'm just going to make little dots for the eyes and then, of course, a carrot nose. I'm just going to use my markers. You can also use paint if you want, but I love my paint markers. They're really great. A cute little goofy mouth, and now we are going to add a little hanging piece. So I'm just going to grab some more of that jute string and we're just going to loop it, tie it in a knot, and hot glue it. I'm going to add some little tiny embellishments to the hat just to add a little extra details, and that's it. What a fun craft! Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites. I love the neutral tones. You can add whatever else you want to it, my friends, but what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to start with 8 regular size clothespins and 8 of the medium size ones. So not the little baby ones, more like the next size down, I suppose. We're going to remove the hardware from all of them, even the little ones, because we're going to hot glue them to each other. So we're going to hot glue them to the flat side of each clothespin, and then we're going to hot glue where the thin part goes to the thin part and the thick part to the thick part. It'll make sense here when I do it. So just a little bit of hot glue goes a long way. You see that? We're just going to hot glue it to each other. We're going to create, again, 8 pairs, but this time no hardware, just facing backwards to each other. And I'm going to do the same exact thing on the little ones. All right, so now I'm going to paint the large ones white because we are creating a snowflake. So I'm just going to do a pretty normal coat on the top, and then on the sides, I'm just going to dry brush it. I'm going to do that only on the big ones, and then the little ones are going to stay nice and neutral, although you can paint them if you'd like. I decided to keep it neutral just because that's kind of like what I envisioned on it. I'm going to put them to the side to let them dry. Now I'm going to take a piece of cardboard and I'm going to trace this little tape roll. This is just what I had on hand. I just want something to be circular, and then you can also freehand it if you want. And I'm just going to cut it, and this is where we're going to hot glue everything so it kind of stays in place. We're going to start by hot gluing it on the top, the bottom, and then each side, and then 2 in between each of those. You know what I mean? Because we have 8 of them. And then I'm going to hot glue the little ones in between the white ones, right on top. And again, a little bit of hot glue works because they're really lightweight. Once I had them on in place, they're going to look so cute. I'm going to take one of these wooden stickers. I got them at Dollar Tree several years ago, and I love that they are neutral tone. I removed the little sticky part, and I'm just going to add hot glue and set it right there in the center. I'm going to add Mod Podge to the little snowflake as well as the tips of the white clothespin and add some gold glitter. You can skip this part if you want. I just wanted a little bit of bling on them. I'm just going to press it down, remove the excess, and then I'm going to fold the paper in half and just kind of use that like a little funnel to be able to insert the glitter, the leftover glitter in the container. I'm going to add some of this white yarn to it, loop it again, knot it, and then add a little hot glue in between 2 of the clothespin, and then make sure it's nice and snug in there, and that's it. What a gorgeous, oh my gosh, this ornament is beautiful. You can make as many as you want, bigger, smaller, however you want. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to take one of these wooden blanks in an ornament style. We're going to remove the string as well as the little top portion. I'm just going to heat it up with my heating tool. Carefully remove it. We're going to place it back here in just a minute. I'm going to cut off the excess sides. You could tell we've used this paper a few times. And I'm just going to Mod Podge it to the surface. Now this wooden blank is from Hobby Lobby because I did not have any leftover from Dollar Tree, but I know Dollar Tree carries them every year. I'm going to speed up the process of it drying with my heating tool, and then we're just going to place this beautiful craft sheet with a music sheet style parchment paper and my little iron to iron it in place. And then we're just going to take the sanding block and sand downward so that we can remove the excess paper without it being difficult. It also makes those edges nice and smooth. All right, so once I had it nicely done, I'm going to attach that little wooden piece we removed earlier right on top. So cute. All right, I am going to stain it with the Antiquing Wax by Waverly. You can do any color you want. You can paint it, whatever you want. Then I'm going to add Antiquing Wax to the edges, making sure that it kind of overlaps towards the front, just to give it that nice antique look. To hang it, I'm going to use drop cloth. So this is leftover drop cloth. I'm going to tear a little strip, and then I'm just going to insert it through the little hole. And again, we're just going to knot it, loop it, and then cut off any excess. Now, this is very neutral, but I wanted to add a pop of color. So I found this ornament from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue to the back and then place it right there. Doesn't that look beautiful? The contrast. All right, so now we're going to add a few extra little embellishment, a little pine cone, a little berry, and the little tiny greenery pig right there. And that's it. Gorgeous, easy, and so festive. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to take a wood slice from Amazon, this other thicker wood slice from Hobby Lobby, and this one from Dollar Tree. We are going to paint the center. This is going to be a little bit more dry brush. So it's going to be like a little distressed kind of, and we're going to do the same thing on all three wood slices. Once dry, we're going to hot glue them together, largest to smallest, because we are creating a snowman. But this snowman is going to look like it's melting. Wait until you see him. Oh, it's kind of sad and cute all at once. I want to make a little hat. This is some black stock paper that I had on hand. And I'm just going to start cutting to size, trimming as needed so that we have a little tiny black hat for our snowman. Once I had it in the size I wanted, I'm just going to hot glue it right there to the top. I'm going to add some little details. So I'm going to add some eyes again, a little carrot nose, and a little mouth. Now for the hat, I just wanted to add a few little extra details. So I'm just going to take my silver marker and kind of line the edges and add that extra line. I went outside and grabbed some sticks. I'm just going to cut them both to the same size so that it kind of goes well, and then hot glue them to each side. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I'm going to very carefully drill a hole to the middle slice because it's thick enough. Then we're going to knot one of these jute strings, loop it, of course, and then we're just going to add a little hot glue and then stick it right inside. That's it. What an adorable craft. Oh my word, guys, this would be such a fun one, even to make with your littles. What do you think, though? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to take this leftover cardboard from a Dollar Tree calendar and this masking tape, also from Dollar Tree, and we're going to trace it. You can pick any other item. This is just what I had here. I'm just going to cut it, and then we are going to cut off the bottom portion, maybe about 2 inches, but we'll do that here in just a minute. We do want to Mod Podge the craft paper. You can add whatever you want. You can even paint it if you want. You can add wrapping paper. That's a great choice. But we're just going to use this one, and we're just going to Mod Podge it and then remove the excess with my X-Acto knife. Once it's completely removed, this is when we're going to cut the bottom, just about maybe 1.5 inches or so. I'm going to take this large jumbo popsicle stick. We're going to kind of cut the sides to fit the bottom portion. We're going to sand it smooth. I am going to stain it with the Waverly Antiquing Wax, and then we are going to hot glue it to the base of it, so to the bottom of it. We're creating a cute little cozy hat. So cute. I'm going to add one of these snowballs from Dollar Tree as a little top, and then another one of those snowflake stickers. Remove the little sticky part, hot glue it right there. To be able to hang it, I'm going to take just more jute string, keep it simple, loop it, knot it, cut off the excess, and then we're going to hot glue it to the back. Now this time we're going to add a little bit of tape because I think it's just going to add extra stability. Now, you can add whatever else you want to this one, my friends. I did distress a little bit of the edges just because I feel like it called for it, but you can leave it like that. How adorable. Oh my gosh, the colors, the neutral tones, but yet very festive, cozy. Love this ornament, but what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to take one of these ornaments. You can take the wooden blanks if you want. I found these at Hobby Lobby that already had like this dress look, and I really liked it. So I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to make some stripes going downwards, just vertically, to make it that kind of planked look. And then we're going to take this, it's kind of like a bronzy brown color. We're going to make little dots. It's just going to look like screws or nails. I think it's just really cute. I saw something like this similar to this on Pinterest, and I just wanted to recreate it with my own flair. I'm going to take the leftover jumbo popsicle stick, cut off a piece that's about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches, and then we're going to round those edges and smooth it out. We're going to also distress it with some antiquing wax, and we're also going to add just a little bit in the center just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then I'm going to add some jute string to the back. Again, we're just going to loop it and hot glue it to the back. And in the front, we're going to write the word joy. And I'm just going to use my black marker. It does not have to be complicated. Then we're going to hot glue it to the ornament. We're going to make it a little bit tilted. Then we're going to take some ribbon. This is beautiful ribbon. I'm just going to fold it in like loop style. And then we're just going to scrunch it in the middle. Make a little tiny bow. And then we're going to angle cut the ends. And we're just going to hot glue it to the top. Very easy. We're going to add some extra little things to the bow. We're just going to add a little pine cone and some greenery picks from Dollar Tree, as well as some Amazon. And then we're going to add some more of that red ribbon because I think it looks gorgeous. And we're going to hot glue it to the back, looping it to make sure we have something to hang it with. How beautiful is this? It has such a country farmhouse style. Love the pops of colors with the red, but what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to take another wood slice. We're going to sand it smooth and we're going to wipe it really well because we are going to use this reusable sticky stencil. This is from Essential Stencil. I've had it for a while and you want the surface to be nice and clean so it sticks. Once it's attached, I'm just going to stencil it like I would any other stencil. I'm just going to take the black ink color from Waverly Chalk Paint. And I'm going to use my stenciling brush, which is one of my favorites, and I do have on my Amazon store, which is linked below. Once it's stenciled, we're just going to remove the, oh my gosh, how cute. How cute. Once dry, we're going to take this ornament from Dollar Tree. We're going to remove the reindeer from it and remove the little garland around the neck. We're going to replace it with a larger one, fuller one, wrap it around, and then we're going to hot glue it right there to the center of the wood slice. Now we're going to add some extra little things, just a little pine cone to the top. I'm also going to add a little tiny bell to the little garland and then a little tiny greenery pick with a berry right next to the pine cone. And then this velvety kind of red ribbon that I found in my stash, looped it and hot glued it. How adorable. Again, another really country farmhouse style one. Love the music sheet style. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take another one of those wood blank ornaments. We're going to carefully remove the wooden piece. And at first I thought I would keep the red ribbon, but then I changed my mind. We're going to take this Dollar Tree window cling and we're going to use a little wreath that says NOEL. And we're going to Mod Podge it. So I'm just going to add Mod Podge to the surface and place it right there nice and centered. Once it's attached, we are going to use my X-Acto knife to remove the excess vinyl from the side. Now this took a little while. I don't know why. I did put that little wooden piece back on it with hot glue. And again, we're just going to remove the excess. Once it's removed, we're going to use the rub and buff in the golden tone. And we're just going to add it to the top portion and the edges, making sure, again, that it kind of overlaps to the front. It's going to give it a nice golden distressed look, and I think it's beautiful. We're going to add more of that red ribbon. We're just going to stick it right through the tiny little hole. And we're going to loop it, knot it, and then we're going to kind of just move that knot to the back and cut off the excess ribbon. And this one we're gonna leave just like this because it is so pretty with the simplicity, the design of the window cling, the golden details. I just love this one. I love it. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to take this leftover mason jar lid, just a little rim portion, and we're going to take these little leftover picks from earlier and we're going to start hot gluing them around the rim. I'm going to use my finger protector because I am not burning my finger again. If you know, you know what I'm talking about. All right, we're just going to keep hot gluing them all around, creating like a cute little wreath, but you can still see the pop of gold from the lid. I'm going to add some of these little pine cones just to add more fullness. And then, yes, we're going to bring that red ribbon back. Isn't it pretty though? And we're just going to kind of sneak it through in between the picks, and then we're going to hot glue it to itself and then bring that to the bottom. And that's it. This is another one. We're just going to leave it like this. You can add, of course, whatever else you want to it, but I just think it's so pretty just like this. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take more leftover of that cardboard from a Dollar Tree calendar. We are going to cut two pieces. They're about 5 inches long, I would think. And then we're going to freehand what will look like a Christmas bulb. Then we're going to stack them together so that way we're cutting both of them together and they're going to be the same size. We're going to hot glue these together eventually, but we're going to cut them first. And then we're going to add a little hot glue in between. We're just going to join them together. This is because the cardboard is a little thin. If you have a regular cardboard or if you're using foam board or whatever else that's thicker, maybe more sturdy, you don't have to hot glue it. All right, we're going to add Mod Podge to the front. And like we did earlier, we're going to use glitter, but we're going to use the red one. And then we're going to press it down nicely because that way it's going to attach. Remove the excess right on top of that cardboard. And then again, we're just going to fold the cardboard and then funnel it onto the container so we can reuse it. All right, so now we're going to use some of this raffia. We're just going to start in the back with a little bit of hot glue, wrap it around to the front, and keep wrapping it around until the entire thing is covered. We're going to keep this one pretty simple too, but I do want to add this little greenery pig right here on the side, and then one of these little golden balls right there. They're like vase fillers. We're going to edge or line the edge with this pipe cleaner because you can still see that cardboard look. Now, I'm not a fan of it. This is the best thing I could think of. If you had any other idea, I didn't have any thin ribbon or anything like that. I thought about jute string. Maybe that would have looked better, but it's okay. We work with what we have and we learn, right? So we're just going to take this jute string again. We're just going to loop it and tie it and attach it to the back, and that's it. Another simple one, another fun one. You can make this super large one if you want. Hang it on the wall. Love it, but what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. I have another video here for you with tons more of Dollar Tree Christmas crafts. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.